Hello everybody, my name is aerosalikenvt, and if you thought we were done with Elden Ring, boy howdy, were you wrong. You think I'm done? Nah, we got Seth. We are going to be watching Seth's video reviewing Elden Ring, aka Dark Souls 4, Dung Eater Edition. I don't know what that means. I hope he explains himself. I'm very excited. I am a little bit hyper fixated on Elden Ring now, so I hope you guys aren't sick of Elden Ring content yet. I promise we'll watch something else after this, probably, maybe, depending on how I'm feeling. I'm craving the juice. I'm craving the Elden juice. I need to be juiced. If you are also new to my channel, I was going to say something important and I'm not remembering what it was. Oh, for those of you who don't know, I am now a YouTube partner, which means that I can have memberships. You might be thinking to yourself, Eros, why should I care that you have memberships? And I'm so glad that you asked, dear studio audience. The reason you should care about memberships, and specifically my memberships, is because you get a bunch of cool stuff. I can now offer you guys cool stuff. You can get early access to videos like this one. I'm recording it Sunday night. I'm gonna post it for members Sunday night. You get it a day early. Well, I guess technically 12 hours early, but you get it a day early, which is exciting. You also get member exclusive poll voting. You can vote on the next video theme that we do. And then depending on what tier you get, there will be member only streams, member only videos. You get special badges, you get special shout outs. And I think it's, if you don't come by my streams on Twitch, it's a way to support me and help me keep making good content. This face and these titties don't pay for themselves. But even if you don't want to become a member, want to become one of my scavengers or one of my apprentices, then just watching the video and spending time with me is honestly second best. That being said, I've gotten all of the business shit out of the way. I'm so ready to watch Seth, dude. He was so funny in Maxor's videos that I'm genuinely curious if he is just as out of pocket or even more so than Maxor or myself. So we're gonna go ahead and get into his Elden Ring review.
Hey people. Seth here. The following is highly experimental and may come off as disjointed or schizophrenic. I don't care. Elden Ring, the newest hot release by Hideo Miyazaki of Ghibli Studios, famous for classic animations such as Howl's Moving Mausoleum and My Invader Totoro. From Software have really outdone themselves, as this game features not one, but two crustaceans, possibly even more. Unfortunately,
okay, I'm actually so glad that he made the Miyazaki joke, because when I heard that the creator of, not FromSoft, but the creator of like Elden Ring and all these different Souls games, when I heard that his name was Miyazaki, I was like, the Studio Ghibli guy? And it took me way too long. I'm not gonna tell you how long, but it took me way too long. It could have easily been remedied with a Google search, but it took me way too long to realize that it was not, in fact, Miyazaki, creator of, you know, Spirited Away. It was a completely different individual altogether. I really genuinely did believe that for a while though. And you know what? Props to him, because I was like, damn, he is so multifaceted that I fully believed it.
I haven't unlocked the ability to swim, so I cannot confirm or
Me neither.
deny that.
I don't know how to
swim. The game begins, and I make my character. His name, Sambubu. His class, naturally, is Wretched. I did originally consider Prisoner, but I chose not to. I take the key as my starting item, and live to regret it after I get immediate access to a side dungeon and get run over repeatedly by a speeding train. I chose instead to go the other way. After camping a few times, Melina comes by and offers me an accord. I turn it down because I think it's funny. I then proceed to kill Morgott and Godric before I realize I haven't leveled up. How was I supposed to know I had to say yes? Miyazaki, just because I'm offered the ability to talk to a woman doesn't mean I'm going to take it. I think that's a...
Okay. I already love him. He's so funny. Just because I have the opportunity to talk to a woman doesn't mean I'm gonna take it. You know what, brother? So true, bestie. I also maybe wouldn't take that. If I was in Elden Ring and a FromSoft woman came up to me trying to sell me a Honda Accord, I'd also be a little bit suspicious.
Symptom of bad design. Conversely, I fell for the oldest trick in a book, the warm embrace of a woman's lap, only to find out 100 hours later, it's actually a debuff. What did they mean by this? I guess I'll have to consult a 40-minute lore video to figure out the true symbology behind this item description. I tell you, passive storytelling at its very best. waste, especially when half the characters either disappear, die, or start T-posing during your playthrough. This might bother people who believe there's a story, which is the equivalent of finding a bunch of random notes and thinking to yourself, damn, that book was wild. Halo's plot is crazy. Have you not read all the secret terminals? On the bright side, Dark Souls lore channels now have a steady source of bread for the next 4 years. I assure you, you'll know every side character better than your own family. I don't remember which war Granddad was fighting, but I do know Patches. I know that, canonically, he is circumcised. Honestly, I don't judge. I still get to have my wife Ronnie. What I'm criticizing is the involvement of this fat fuck.
I love that everybody just accepts that Ronnie is their wife. Much like how Doll is the love of my life from Bloodborne, Ronnie is everybody's wife. I'm so sorry that this is where I paused, by the way.
Celebrated offer, helping to weave the narrative experience? Okay, let's see what this dude wrote. Sunset found her squatting in the grass, groaning. Every stool was looser than the one before and smelled fouler. By the time the moon came up, she was shitting brown water. The more she drank, the more she shat. But the more she shat, the thirstier she grew, and her thirst sent her crawling to the stream to suck up more water. I rest my case. J.R.R. Martin is the greatest author who has ever lived. He has also never finished his books. And so, fittingly, From Software has embodied the spirit of J.R.R. Martin by never finishing a single quest line. Elden Ring is an ambitious platformer, and if you disagree, you haven't played the game, because half this game is jumping with a head start, or falling into a hole, into a canyon, into the place you originally wanted to, but accidentally jumped before doing so, adding an extra foot to the height of your fall, which turned it into a lethal descent.
It's so stupid!
I love more than jumping awkwardly off rooftops, but how do we spice it up? Archers. You love archers. They're on every roof, and they've got tracking. And guess what? The sewer levels are back, and this time, they're essential for the plot. Yeah, I'm thinking game of the year. Calling them out in your game, Torrent. Absolute genius. So, anybody Googling Elden Ring Torrent gets a bunch of horse pictures instead. I can't wait until Elden Ring 2 features the popular and beloved character Codex de Nuvo Pre-Cracked No Virus. But, why are we here?
Oh, dude. Oh, wait, I gotta take another screenshot.
We're here for the difficulty because we're hardcore gamers. Take it from me. I've already beaten the final boss, John Elden Ring, so I can give a few pointers. Have you ever used a weapon, armor, fast travel, potions, or opened the world map? And I'm sorry to say, but
why is this
you're playing the game wrong.
Mocking?
This game is meant to be played level 1 as a wretch, using a single club, no upgrades. If you disagree, I'll call you a casual. If you ever hear someone talking like this, take pity on them, because this behavior is characteristic of someone who stacks no paper and gets no bitches. This game isn't hard, not because it's not hard, but because video games fundamentally aren't hard. You know what's hard? The circumstances of life, getting a degree, having a stable family, being born with a baby arm. You're born and one arm develops normally into an adult arm, but the other is this stunted mini child.
Listening to me talk feels like on stream when I go off on one of my insane fucking rants. I have tears in my eyes. Why are you talking about baby? I'm crying.
Arm, which stops growing at like 3 years of age. So you're this freakish monstrosity. You'll be known around town as Baby Arm Man, and the only job you'll ever have is baby arm stock photo, because it's harder for them to get a kid to pose for that. It's a lot more convenient to have a malformed monstrosity on standby. Furthermore, I genuinely believe that pattern recognition is a form of cheating. Your Homo sapiens brain is literally destroying the difficulty of the experience by compensatory adaptation. I hope that people consider this in the future and later learn to recognize that the truest From Software experience would be a lobotomite run, where prior to playing, we perform a frontal lobotomy and sever your prefrontal cortex.
I would love that.
The only option you have to preserve the purity of your experience is brain damage. Multiplayer enhances the experience. Sometimes you'll see white phantoms briefly appear. These are players from other worlds going through their own journey. Once, I saw a white phantom appear. teabagging a dead NPC. In this moment, I knew I was playing a masterpiece. Messages and appraisal are exactly how Reddit users believe karma works. You upvote, and you get actual physical nourishment from the karma. Oh look, a message on the floor. Maybe someone out there will tell me something useful. Then you open it and read it, only to see dog butthole, closely followed by Fortnite. According to a true story, once upon a time, Miyazaki's car broke down in the middle of a road. This was during winter, so no help was to be found, when suddenly 3 strangers appeared out of nowhere, sucked him off, and left without even saying a word. And that's how Miyazaki got the inspiration for Souls multiplayer. Gameplay, flawless, stunning, effervescent. Just like Bloodborne was a complex allegory for sexually transmitted HIV, Elden Ring is a rich synesthesia between seeing Swampland and remembering Blighttown, or hearing Leyendell long after you've left the capital, because my ears are still ringing from the sound of those fucking trumpets. Actual real critique. No jokes, no giggles. I think every boss should have a stake of America outside the boss room. Generally, this is true, but sometimes I gotta walk, and traditionally, I do not consider cardio as part of a boss fight. Now, the walks are more generous than any other Souls game, but just because somebody chose to take a smaller shit in my rice doesn't change the fact that it's still there. Inside my bowl, steaming up my Tupperware. I would also have originally said that the death screen is quite long.
It's Alien.
But then I realized it's working as intended. You see, when you die in PvP, you have no option but to watch helplessly as someone spams point down and repeatedly defiles your dead body. My complaints are pretty mild. If, like me, you didn't realize Vigor has a non-linear scaling, it would have helped immensely to know that going 10 to 20 makes no tangible difference, but 20 to 40 is all the difference between...
Why is he so large? That's me when I eat too much meat and I walk out of the K barbecue. That's what I look like.
Taking a blow and getting one-tapped by most of the game. I wish I knew that at the start. Luckily, this game is very generous with its ability to re-roll your character. If you're still paranoid, you can back up your save at no risk. I've done this more than 100 times without issue and recommend you do the same, because despite what anybody says, there's a million ways to brick your save. I've done it. I can reproduce it. It's still there. Also, easy anti-cheat is a very good anti-cheat because it's very easy to turn off. My friend may have done exactly that and more. Tell me, Seth, was he punished? Is he banned? No. Some of the later fights have interesting hitboxes. Not like I care. I cheesed through that shit. This game makes you realize the greatest companion you'll ever have is yourself. So why not make a copy? Lore. Before continuing, we have to stop and talk about the best character in the game. Dung Eater. Loathsome Dung Eater. Ferocious feaster of feces. Devious doo-doo devourer. Dung Eater consumes excrement, feces, shit, even nihilistic, and with a wicked sense of humor. His greatest desire is to eat the poo-poo and of course murder you and defile your dead body. I think there's a lot we can learn from Dung Eater, but as a society, we're not yet ready for that conversation. Builds. There's many builds. Strength is terrible until you realize you can power stance through the entire game and block everything else with barricade shield for 0 stamina. Going strength, unfortunately, puts you at the highest risk group for naming yourself the Black Swordsman and cosplaying as your favorite slice of life anime. If I see you doing this, I'll summon you intentionally so I can kick you from my world. Dexterity. Do you enjoy katanas? How about double katanas, each one longer than the last, using realistic, historically accurate sword techniques from feudal era Japan? What about epic PvP compilations? Say no more. Get a river of blood today. Intelligence. Some would say a great deal of their enjoyment comes from learning the moveset of every boss. A rhythmic dance between sword, swipe, and parry. A lethal symphony silenced only by death. Others would...
Is that his, like, serious voice? Okay, I'm just saying this right now. We're a little over halfway through the video. I think he might be my favorite person ever. I think Seth might be my favorite person that I've never met before. We're watching, like, 16 more after this.
Disagree. I'm confident that if you ask any player running sorcery what's their favorite boss, they'll recoil in surprise and say, I don't know any. I just sit at the back and spam Azure Comet. Faith. Incantations are very good. Abusing the animation of Catch Flame to cast them instantaneously is even better. And before you say it, I know. It's working exactly as intended. You know what else is intended? This. Also, this and this.
Damn.
My greatest enjoyment of this game, beyond the exploration, the richness of the graphics, and the scale of the world they made, has been abusing every mechanic I possibly can before it gets patched out. And so, inevitably, I have taken to abusing other players. You might call them humans. I call them people who use Moonveil unironically, and thus, I feel no remorse for any of my actions. In summary, Elden Ring attracts many different responses. Some fillet the long shaft of FromSoft endlessly. Others hate it because of their own incompetence. Walking manifestations of a Dunning-Kruger effect, these people believe that failure is not their own and somehow inflicted upon them by the universe. You can't be bad at video games, as video games are merely a subject matter. No, that is a deficit in your cognitive ability, something that likely plagues you in every aspect of your life. In summary, if you're bad at video games, you're bad at life. You've got a smooth brain and a low IQ. Your fate is to be a grunt in the New World Order. And then there's others, like me, who are quietly waking up to the fact that maybe we should have never dropped those bombs to begin with. I guess what I'm trying to say is Elden Scrolls 10 out of 10 garbage. I love it. As always, more content to come, so stay tuned. If you're interested in some merchant multiplayer, password Fug Hunt goes in all fields. First 52 invade.
Why did he say that? I can't think too hard about it.
They'd get a 15% off their first month of FugHunters.com, the official sponsor of this video. And now, allow me to conclude this presentation with some calming visuals. Rest assured, most of the things seen here can no longer be afflicted on another human being. A warm thanks to the many members of the Merchants Guild generously funding and bankrolling these videos. You're all truly wonderful. Have a good one.
No, wait, that's it? I need 4 more hours. Wait, why is the rest of the video 4 minutes long? Is it just... Oh, wait, that's actually very cool. Hold on, there's more right here.
You're a madman.
All right. All right. That's... Yep, that's all I needed, baby.
It's amazing.
Calling Hideo Miyazaki at 3 a.m. Hello? 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 Hideo Miyazaki?
不用谢这话，不用谢这话，但我的谢谢，要大家到谢谢别人，never call that come again，不用。
I wasn't going to record 2 videos tonight. I was gonna, because tomorrow was supposed to be my day off, and it's not my day off anymore, so I was gonna take today to be my day off, except not really, because I'm working. So I wasn't gonna record 2 videos, but I think I'm gonna turn around and just record another Seth video. What a delightful human being. This is incredible. I'm so thankful. Thank you to anybody that suggested me watch a Seth video, because I think I just found my favorite human being. Other than you, dear viewers. Thank you so much for watching this with me. I apologize that most of it was just me cackling into the microphone for 15 minutes, but until the next video, which will be in 20 minutes, please take care of yourselves and the people around you, and leave the world a little better than the way you found it, and I will see you all very, very soon, okay? Much love.